So then in verse 13, they brought to the Pharisees him that was aforetime was blind, and it was a Sabbath day when Jesus made clay and opened his eyes. And so obviously, the Pharisees, being the Pharisees, they're very big on the law. And so that fact that Jesus did a healing, which is called a work, on the Sabbath day, they're going to try to condemn Jesus for doing this, because the Sabbath day was supposed to be the day of rest according to the law, right? So then in verse 15, then again the Pharisees also asked how he had received his sight. He said unto them, He put clay upon mine eyes, and I washed, and do see. Therefore said some of the Pharisees, This man is not of God, because he keepeth not the Sabbath day. Others said, How can a man that is a sinner do such miracles? And there was a division among them. So they're both still aren't getting Jesus right. They're very, very, very confused about Jesus. Some of the Pharisees say this man is not of God because he keepeth not the Sabbath day, because they're too focused on the law, right? And that's the problem with the Pharisees. They're too focused on what the law said and not the actual purpose and meaning of the law. And Jesus is going to rebuke them for it openly and publicly and pretty much shame them in front of everyone, which literally makes them so angry that they obviously now decide in their hearts that they want to kill Jesus eventually, which we'll get to that eventually. But then there was other of the Pharisees that said this man's a sinner because he is not keeping the Sabbath day. And so how can he do such miracles? So there's still a confusion, but they're very much misunderstanding who Jesus was, right?